everybody.
Squirrels and stuff.
Squirrels and stuff.
Squirrels
Welcome.
and stuff.
To another episode of Squirrels and Stuff. I mean, Rebel Rock.
I mean, that's not the name of the show.
Should be Squirrels and Stuff. That'd be a great name for episode for
Squirrels and thingies.
Squirrels and thingies.
Squirrels and thingies.
Definitely squirrels and thingies. So, welcome everybody to another episode, and this is JD's first one back after the new year. This is episode number 197. We only have 3 more to go until our 200th episode.
200th episode.
200th episode. Who knew? Who knew we'd get that far? I didn't think so. All right, who do we got in the chat room so far? Spencer was the first one in.
He says,
well, he was first after me.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome back, Spencer. And there is Mr. CEO Star Wars on Tacos Clients, aka Taco Cat.
Oh, Taco!
Taco. And that's it. I could have swore I saw somebody else in there, but I guess not. All right.
I popped in and said good evening. Yeah, pop in.
So tonight we have got some catching up to do.
A lot of it.
We have to catch up on 4 episodes of the Skeleton Crew.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And we have some news, and we're going to show our thingies later. And we've got some special announcements that we'll talk about a little later. Spencer, what? Do we all have ketchup?
Do we have ketchup?
I mean, I'm sure that we have ketchup. I'm not sure what that has to do with our episode tonight, but I mean, other than the fact that most people that watch this show know that I do not like ketchup. But
at some point we've had like coffee enemas, and we've had
coffee enemas
discussions about food, but I don't know about ketchup specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, other than work, what have you been up to lately?
No, other than work.
Oh, I got it. We're playing catch up tonight. Womp. Okay.
Womp. Anyway. Good Lord, the jokes. Oh, hey, Steve. There's Steve number 2.
He's on. How's it going?
Hey, Steve. Oh wow, let's see. Other than work, let's see. Christmas, Twilight of Akanta, New Year's, trying to get everything set up and ready for Japan, which I'm glad we're doing early because there's been some hiccups on our end, and we're trying to get everything figured out and all kinds of good stuff. Just for the record, I know this is kind of off subject, but I hate Chicago O'Hare Airport. No hate to anybody that works there, knows anybody that works there, or lives around there, but I hate Chicago O'Hare Airport. There's such a pain in the butt to do.
You Chicago, specifically O'Hare?
Yeah, Chicago O'Hare Airport, International Airport.
I don't mind it, but I've been there. I don't mind it, but I've been there so many times that I'm kind of used to it. Joy!
Yeah. Joy! Hola.
I've just been used to it, so.
Mm-hmm. Well, we've got to get in, and luckily we go into the regular terminal, and then our international terminal is just right down a automatic set of stairs that we go through to get to it, which is good. So I mean, it won't be too bad, but it's been kind of a ordeal trying to deal with all of it, and then we're kind of glad we called Canadian Air because we're actually going to be in Canada for over 22 hours, and we're going to get a hotel and hang out in Canada for a little bit before we actually catch the flight, which by the way is 13 and a half hours from Toronto to Tokyo. Yeah. Yeah, so we're actually going to get a hotel room. We're going to do a little bit of hanging out, sample a little bit of the local life and cuisine, and then get a good night's sleep because we figure on the airplane we're probably going to be pretty tired and we're going to want to nap there too. And hopefully, like cure that jet lag problem that we had in England when we went to England for the first Star
Mm.
Wars celebration in England. So yeah, that hit us like a hammer, just so you know. Um, it's a thing. It really is. It is a thing, and it sucks. Other than that, yeah, it's we had as everybody knows, I wasn't able to make it last week because we had a pretty bad ice snow Arctic blast storm that came in, and we got another one headed in this weekend. It's supposed to be temperatures in Kansas will vary from anywhere from -20 to -30, depending on where you're at and what the wind is. So that's going to be a fun little weekend to have to deal with. But yeah, Christmas, yeah, just busy, 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 man. Just busy stuff, man. How about you, Steve?
Um, other than still looking for work, man, what else have I been up to? I've been playing video games, mostly, mostly that. Oh, that's right. You're here last week for Christmas. I got a PlayStation gift card.
Nice.
And I specifically got it because there was a specific game that well, the whole reason that I bought the PS5 and never got around to buying the game because my PS5 is digital only, so I have to wait until the price goes down on PlayStation Store because I can't just go buy a used copy. So I had been waiting, and then I lost a job, so I couldn't buy it. But yeah, I got a gift card for my PlayStation, and finally bought the game. And
What game did you get?
Spider-Man 2.
Oh, very nice. Very cool.
Very funny actually. When I talked about this last week, but when I went to go buy it, because of the holidays, it was actually on sale.
Nice.
So that was good.
That works out good.
Yeah. So been playing that. Man, what else? What else have I been doing? Reading comic books. Looking for work. Oh, I went to see a movie on Sunday. I went and saw Nosferatu.
How was that? I'm kind of interested
It
in
was
that.
good. I really liked it.
Oh, good.
Um,
Yeah, I probably won't go to the theater to see it. I'll probably wait till it hits streaming services, so I will watch it then. But yeah, I like the Dracula vampire lore kind of stuff. That kind of stuff is neat to me, and I've
yeah,
read.
this is a pretty interesting. Like you got Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula, that is based on Bram Stoker's story.
Right. Right,
That's the
which
one
I
with
love.
Gary Oldman, and
I love
that's a
that.
good movie.
That's probably one of my favorite like vampire slash Dracula
Yeah,
movies is Francis Ford
and
Coppola's version.
so Nosferatu is also based on the original story, but with some differences. Instead of being based in London, it is based in a northern city in Germany.
Mm.
So the original came out in like 1922, and so this is the remake of that.
Mm.
And no, it's really good. I think I've got some possible hot takes about the movie, that I probably can't really talk about without spoiling the movie. DJ, what's up, man? How's it going?
Hey, DJ.
Spencer's asking if any of us planning to go see Wolfman. Um,
Mm.
I saw the trailer, not really interested.
Yeah, I mean, I might give it a watch when it, like I said, it hits streaming services. But yeah, I was kind of the same way. I watched the trailer and I was kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Eh, eh. Wasn't something I was overly excited about, but like I said, it's not something I might consider watching on the streaming services. So
Yeah.
yeah. very good possibility.
Agreed, Spencer. Bill, yeah, he killed it as Count Orlok. He was good.
Mm-hmm.
So Gary Oldman, I think, and I don't know if this is a hot take or not. I think Gary Oldman is a better actor and did. It's kind of hard to compare them because although they are basically the same character, um, I just think that the Nosferatu iteration of the character is actually more interesting than, like, Gary Oldman killed it in that movie,
Oh
but
yeah,
I
100%.
think the Nosferatu version of the character is more interesting. Hey, Isaac, who you calling Grandpa? Wait a minute. Okay, I am actually a grandpa, but
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not yet.
you're not a grandpa yet. I am. I'm a grandpa twice. I've got
And
two
see, that's the
grandkids.
thing is I like Bill Skarsgård, and I'm a huge kind of go off on another movie, but I'm a huge Crow fan, like the Brandon Lee iteration of the Crow.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it, and I was very disappointed in the new iteration. So much so that I just kind of didn't really pay attention and didn't watch it because it was
I didn't
just I
watch
was
it. I did
well
not
I was
watch it.
I was very disappointed in the way it came out because it was not true to the source material. It was very loosely based on the original Crow comic book, graphic novel.
Yeah.
And that was what sucked is because I really like Bill Skarsgård. I like him. He's awesome. He killed it as I mean, he killed it as it, in my opinion. I thought he was great. And I liked him in John Wick Part 4 and just some of the other movies that he's done. He's done a really good job. But unfortunately, in that one, I was very disappointed in the fact that that movie did as badly as it did because I like him. And so I was kind of excited about Nosferatu because I wanted to actually see how he did with that character. And I've heard good things. I've
Did
heard real
really
good things
good. I
about
mean, you really can't tell that it's him.
it. Yeah.
It's
That's what I
just,
that's what I've been told.
yeah, it's
But
pretty amazing.
in my opinion, that's an actor as opposed to somebody who just plays a part. That's an actor because if you can't tell it was him, it's kind of like Heath Ledger's Joker. You really couldn't tell it was Heath Ledger until somebody
Yeah.
told you it was Heath Ledger. And that's an actor. That's what I like about that is he's not somebody that they just take the personality of the guy and throw him in a role. It's actually a guy who can act and portray that character,
Yeah.
a little better. So that's awesome.
DJ says that he did not like the new Crow at all, so I'm assuming he saw it.
Yeah,
Uh,
no,
but
it was
I don't
not
know.
good.
Just I didn't bother. That's an interesting way of looking at it, Steve. People, Dracula is more fleshed out as a character, but Orlok, what I imagine a vampire to be. Yeah, yeah, I guess, yeah,
Well, and the
that
way
makes
I
sense.
the way I understood it is that Dracula or Bram Stoker's iteration of Dracula was actually he took the vampire legends and he applied it to Vlad the Impaler.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
he used a historical character and applied vampire legends to
right.
him instead of actually using the overall just the legends of the vampires themselves. He applied it to a historical character and made that historical character actually a vampire instead of just letting the
So,
vampire legend apply.
right. Now, the thing about Nosferatu, um, and this is the only spoiler about the movie that I'm going to give because it doesn't really give too much of the story away. It gives us a little piece away, but it doesn't really go into his origin at all.
Hmm.
Definitely not the way that the Bram Stoker's Dracula did,
Yeah.
with with the beginning and his wife kills herself and all that. Yeah,
Hmm. Yeah. Which that is the like I said, loosely based on Vlad Dracul, the Vlad the Impaler
Hmm.
historical figure. Um, that's loosely based on him. So they had to incorporate his history along with the vampire legends and things like that. Where Nosferatu, they could just go with like just a vampire, and we don't know where he came from.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That kind of thing.
But yeah, I really liked the movie. I think it was good.
Mm.
Um, really good acting. I didn't really know a lot about the movie. I mean, I'd seen the 1922 version, but I saw it a
Hmm.
long time ago.
Hmm.
Um, so I didn't really know a whole lot other about this movie, other than Bill Skarsgård was playing Count Orlok,
Hmm.
and that Nicholas Hoult was the other main character.
Hmm.
But so I didn't know, I didn't do any reading about it. Yeah, and then some of the actors that popped up, I'm like, oh, I didn't know he was in there, and yeah, just made it a welcome surprise. But yeah, so
Hmm.
that was my week. Not really much of anything else.
Nice.
Um,
Nice. Yeah, I mean,
I'm-
yeah. Yeah.
all right. Well, we got some news to talk about.
We got a lot of news to talk
Um,
about.
wait a minute. Where'd my? Oh, here we go. All right, it is time for some Rebel Rock news, and we got a decent chunk of news to talk about.
Hmm.
A first one that we're going to talk about. We're going to
Hmm.
go to the, as usual, we're going to go to the non Star Wars related stuff first. Um, so we got a report that the Goonies is returning to theaters. There is going to be a 2-day event for the re-release of the Goonies.
Oh, nice.
Um, so that's going to be actually that it is coming. Looks like it's coming actually next week, the 19th and the 20th. However, here's the downside. It appears that the re-release is only coming to Cinemark theaters.
Damn it.
So if you don't have a Cinemark near you, um, you're kind of crap out of luck. So that kind of sucks. Uh,
My girlfriend absolutely hates the Goonies. So I might
knew there was something wrong with her.
jokingly, I know, right? Right? I mean, why am I still in a relationship? I mean, I don't understand it.
No.
Someone who doesn't like the Goonies. I mean, but she is, an 84 baby, and
Yeah.
she wasn't around when it first came out. So I mean, I don't I mean, what can you expect? I mean, seriously, honestly. I mean, I'm contemplating ending my relationship on that basis alone.
Just crazy stuff. Goonies is
But
great.
but she puts up with my Star Wars.
Puts up with it. What?
She puts up with
What?
it.
What? I don't know
She
about
puts up with
that.
it. Well, like I said, I told her it was either this or cocaine. So I mean, take
Okay,
a
there you
pick.
go. All right. Second piece of news. Dennis Villeneuve, if I'm pronouncing that, probably pronouncing that wrong, is gearing up to return to Arrakis for Dune Messiah. The director has made it clear this is going to be his last journey into the saga. So while it is cool that we are getting another Dune movie, which we figured we were,
Hmm.
it is disappointing that this is going to be his last.
Well, that's kind of cool though, because I mean, is this? I mean, I'm not positive on this, but this is not a prequel? This is like after,
Oh,
right?
Dune Messiah takes place after.
After. Okay. So this will be the first time this part of the story is actually going to be told in theaters, if I'm not mistaken.
So this is probably about Goonies, kind of backtracking here, but Spencer
Yeah.
says it's playing at the Regal near him. So
That's cool.
now I am curious. I have a Regal near me. Is it playing? Is it playing now, Spencer, or um, later on, like on the 19th and 20th? Like I'm trying to find show times on. Oh, there it is. The Regal near me. Yeah, Goonies 40th anniversary. Okay, so it's not just Cinemark. That's cool.
Blue, buddy. We got to talk, man. You've never seen
Come
the
on,
Goonies?
dude. Where did I
Come
go
on.
wrong?
Come on. Steve, that is a
Certainly,
parenting.
I played that for you. You're
That
telling
is
me
a
I've never shown you that movie?
ah, that is a parenting fail on your part, buddy.
It
Oh.
certainly is. I mean, at least I got them in the Batman.
Yeah, that's true. Well, okay. You get a pass with Batman, Star Wars. But I mean
It's
the quintessential 80s kids movie is like the Goonies.
okay. So it says on his list. Um, Caden Crow has also never seen the Goonies, and
Oh,
also
you
welcome to
people,
the show.
all of you people have homework. Before next week, you have
And there
homework.
is Funky S. Welcome back. He was in
Oh, good
here
Lord,
last week,
people.
I believe.
Good Lord, people, you're killing me. You all have homework. Go watch the Goonies.
Yeah, go watch the Goonies. Definitely.
Preferably watch it on like something that's 4K and remastered so that way it doesn't look
So
old.
Regal will be playing it here on the 19th and the 20th. What else was I talking about? Okay, so Dune Messiah is in works, and that will be his last film. Next one is the headline. This comes from comicbookmovie.com. Joy, what? What is wrong with you people?
It must be a girl thing or something.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know, because my
I don't
girlfriend doesn't
know.
like it either.
I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
Where's Tina? We could get Tina. Tina needs to be in here so we can get her input.
Yeah. Caden and Funky S. Make sure that you subscribe. Listen to Blue.
Yeah.
Okay, so this comes from comic. Gosh dang it! This stupid thing is there. We go. Comicbookmovie.com. But this is not a news piece about movies. That's weird. Assassin's Creed, Fast and Furious, and Jurassic World are all rumored to be getting live action TV shows.
Now, Fast and Furious, I didn't know about. They should have stopped at 5.
To be honest, Fast and Furious, I don't really care about.
Yeah, they should have stopped. They should have stopped at Fast and Furious 5 because it just got completely ridiculous after that.
I just
And now Jurassic World would be fun. I don't know what they would do it about, but it would be fun.
yeah.
And Assassin's Creed. If anybody knows anything about me and in video games, Assassin's Creed has been one of my favorite video game series of all time. So, and like Black Flag is like my favorite. So
So it says that
the movie was, I mean, because I was a fan, I was like into it. But I mean, it wasn't the greatest thing in the world. So, but it was cool. I liked it.
That's kind of how I felt. I thought the movie was fine. It wasn't great, but it was okay.
Yeah, but because I was an Assassin's Creed fan, I was like stoked about it. So I had a real good. I mean, I had a good time with it. It was all right. Like I said, it wasn't overwhelmingly like, oh my god, but it was a lot of fun. So I'm assuming that the lead will not be returning for that. It'll probably be a whole new series with somebody else.
Yeah, this will be all new. But so it says here that Netflix is developing Assassin's Creed as both an anime and a live action TV series. So I'm guessing 2 different series. The disappointing thing, probably to you, is that these will tell brand new stories and will not be adapting to games.
Damn it! Blasphemy!
Yeah.
I want to see Captain Kenway in live action.
So new characters, new settings, and yeah. And then Peacock is the one that is developing the Jurassic series and the Fast and Furious TV shows.
Fast and Furious. I can't see that being like a good TV show. I think they're better as movies. I don't, and I'm
yeah,
not even
again,
impressed.
I don't even care about the movies.
Yeah, I stopped watching after Paul Walker passed, and then after that, I was just like, yeah, I'm not impressed anymore. But like I said, they should have stopped at 5 because I think the one they did in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, was good.
Yeah,
that one was all right. That one was pretty cool. But after that, they just kind of got ridiculous, and then I stopped watching after Paul Walker died. And yeah, and Jurassic World. I mean, I guess it depends on the subject matter, but
yeah, yeah. I guess I'll give it a chance, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, next piece of news. There are reports that Marvel Studios might be recasting T'Challa for Avengers Doomsday and for a Black Panther 3.
No.
According to further reports, there are 3 actors that Marvel Studios have their eyes on. So let me talk about that first, and then we'll go into opinions.
Okay.
So the first name they are considering is, so I like this actor, but I don't see it as T'Challa. Well, maybe. John David Washington, who is the son of Denzel Washington, best known for Tenet and The Creator. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Second name they have is Kelvin Harrison Jr., who I don't know anything about him. Apparently, he was a voice actor for the newly released Mufasa. And then
What was his
third name is
what was his name?
Okay, hold on. Kelvin Harrison was also in a movie called Chevalier, which I think I saw.
Calvin Harris Jr.
Huh?
Calvin Harris Jr.
Kelvin Harrison Jr. Anyway, third name is Aaron Pierre, who I guess he was a star on Rebel Ridge, whatever that is. And he was recently cast as Jon Stewart for the DCU's Lanterns. So that might take him out of the running. However, all that being said, I don't think they should recast him.
No, absolutely not. 100% not.
Bad idea.
Nope. Chadwick Boseman is Black Panther, and I was on board with the idea of M'Baka taking over the mantle as Black Panther, and I think they should leave it that way. I think him and Shuri should do a team up, and I think they should work together as the Guardians of Wakanda, but I don't think they should recast King T'Challa. Now, if they say it's King T'Challa's son, King T'Challa Jr.,
yeah,
then I might be okay with that. But if they say I would think they would do it that way. I don't think they would actually recast T'Challa himself. I would think it would be more of a T'Challa Jr. But I would think they would want a younger actor than all the ones that
if they're actually
showed.
If they're actually doing T'Challa, it doesn't make any sense. Number one, because that would kind of taint his legacy.
Mhm.
But also at the end of Black Panther 2, they kind of, there's really no need to bring him back. Whatever. I don't think they should do it.
No, I completely agree. I think it's a bad idea. I think that they should leave Chadwick Boseman's legacy alone. I think they should just leave him as where they ended it, which was his funeral. And like I said, M'Baka taking over as leader of the Wakanda, becoming maybe the new Black Panther. I don't see any problem with that. Just not messing with T'Challa's legacy. And like I said, they did at the end of the last one, they did say his son. But like I said, these actors that they're mentioning are too old to be like a T'Challa Jr. I think
Yeah.
he would be by the time Doom comes out. I mean, he's not even going to be a teenager yet. Maybe close. And the only other thing I
Yeah.
could think of is that the only other thing I could think of they might be doing is like maybe like maybe a flashback type of thing. But I can't. Even
Just,
then, they need to figure out some way to use. I mean, I hate to say it, but because I know there's a lot of controversy behind it, but use Chadwick Boseman's likeness in a flashback scene or something.
I mean, they did it
But
in Black Panther 2. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't.
Spencer is asking, would it be part of the post Secret Wars reset? Maybe.
Maybe the Secret Wars.
I don't know. They're talking
Yeah.
about it. They're talking about it for Avengers Doomsday, which I think comes before Secret Wars.
Uh-huh. Yeah, because I don't know. The Secret Wars reset, if I'm not terribly familiar, so refresh my memory, is that the one where they're talking about going back and resetting the MCU back to like before Thanos? Or something to that effect?
Possibly.
Yeah. Which I think would be cool, but again, I don't think they should recast T'Challa. But I mean, it would be kind of weird if they did go back to that if part of the timeline and then they reset things. I mean,
Yeah.
that would be odd, and then they had to bring T'Challa back. I don't. I don't know. I don't like the idea.
Yeah.
I don't like the idea.
Okay. Moving on, we've got some Star Wars news now. We've talked about this on the show multiple times when talking about the show Ahsoka. As you know, in season 1, the character of Baylan Skoll was played by Ray Stevenson, who unfortunately passed last year.
Mm-hmm.
And it now has been announced that they are recasting the role of Baylan Skoll, and they have found an actor to play him.
Which I didn't even see. I saw who they who's rumored to be playing him, and I didn't even think about him, but I like it.
So they are going to be taking on the role of Baylan Skoll is now going to be Rory McCann. Now, biggest thing he seems he's done is Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't watched it, so I have no idea who the guy is.
Mm-hmm. If for those of you who are Game of Thrones fans, if you don't know who he is the actor who played the Hound. He is the actor who played the Hound in Game of Thrones. He is a great actor. He's a good actor. He did a great job with the Hound. He played a really good role in the movie or in the Game of Thrones series of the Hound. And I didn't even think about this guy when they were talking about recasting the role. And even though like looks wise, it might need a little work, but I think they can pull it off. I think they'll be fine. Because he knows, obviously, if you've seen Game of Thrones, he's no stranger to cosmetics and things like that, having to have having the space being burnt and that kind of thing, you know. So he's it's really
I'm
not a
gonna
good
take your
example.
word for it because I really know nothing about him.
I did you ever watch any of like the Simon Pegg movies where they did like Shaun of the Dead and like Hot
Yeah.
Fuzz and okay, you remember the movie Hot Fuzz?
I didn't watch that one.
Okay, then you wouldn't know who I'm talking about.
I'm
Yes.
looking at the list of roles that he's played.
Hmm.
The only two movies that he's been in that I have seen is the 2010 Clash of the Titans and the 2019 Jumanji. Um, However, both of which I don't know the character. I don't think these were main characters that he played. So I'm gonna tell him.
Mm.
And
Um,
looking at the list of TV shows he's been in, I have not seen any of these.
mm.
So I don't know. In any case, so Rory McCain is going to be our new Balin Skull, and it says Stevenson's family has approved the recasting.
That's
Okay.
cool. If they
Yeah.
actually went through them and said, "What do you think of this guy?" and they said, "Yeah, we really like him. We think he'd be a great actor or a great person to fulfill that role," that's good. I like it.
Yeah.
And like you said, to get his look, the white beard, the white hair, and things like that, he'll probably have to do a little bit of cosmetic stuff, but that he's no stranger to it. So I mean, he'll be able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And his acting is, like I said, his acting is really good. If you get a chance to watch some of the scenes involving the Hound from Game of Thrones, you'll see what I'm talking about. He's really good, really good. Yeah, I think he'd be a good choice. And like I said, when we were considering and we were talking about people that would recast for his role,
Yeah.
I never even considered him, and I never even
Well,
thought about it.
I would not have considered him because don't know who he is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So no, but yeah, I think he'll make a good choice. I think that'll be good for him.
I'll hope so.
Yeah,
That is going to be. He's got some big shoes to fill.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
All right. What else we got? More Star Wars news. One of the main villains for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie have been announced.
Hmm.
One of the main villains is going to be Embo, who we did see in the animated series Clone Wars.
Hmm.
He was a bounty hunter, the one that kind of wears a almost like a plate on his head.
Hmm.
Um, so that he's going to be featured in Mandalorian Grogu, and not really. So it was previously revealed that Rata the Hutt will be playing a prominent role in the movie.
Hmm.
So I imagine I'm going to guess that Rata is going to be hiring Imbo to do something. I don't know. I guess we'll find
And
out as
and
more.
knowing that the Hutts are involved and there's bounty hunters involved, we can only hope that Boba Fett will be seen in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie.
We'll see. I don't know.
I'm
One
hoping, I'm
can
crossing
hope.
my fingers.
Tina!
There's Tina.
Now it's a party.
Yep. Tina, what did you think about the Goonies? I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Just
What do you
throwing
think
it out
about the
there.
Goonies?
It's just yeah. Tell us about the Goonies. There you go.
Tell us about the Goonies.
Tell us about the Goonies. We're testing a theory here. She loves the Goonies. See,
Love
I
the
don't know what it
Goonies.
is.
I don't
Obviously, there's
know.
just some people running around here with bad taste.
There's some weirdos out here that don't like the
There's some
Goonies.
weirdos out here. Weirder than us.
Oh, here is another new person in the chat. It is Shizzy Busy Boy. Wait, what, Isaac? Who are you talking about? Who has a wiener?
Huh?
You talking about Tina?
I'll let you two fight that out.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Okay, I do
Uh,
have one more piece of news. And the second season, okay, talking about Ahsoka again. Second
mhm.
season of Ahsoka is due to begin shooting this April. But the main news is that Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen would be appearing in the second season of Ahsoka.
Mm-hmm.
So that is not a certainty, but a source close to the filming mentioned that there is a plan to have them in a Clone Wars flashback. I mean, we saw Hayden Christensen in the first season in a flashback, so
he was featured. He was featured, a little bit. I don't know, just a little bit. I say that with a sarcastic.
That flashback scene.
I say that with a sarcastic smile. I'm just saying.
That flashback scene was pretty freaking amazing.
That was pretty awesome. Well, and on that note too, just as a side note, Ariana Greenblatt, the girl that played young Ahsoka, apparently she is rumored to be coming back as well.
Well, that would make sense if they're going to be doing Clone Wars flashbacks.
Yes.
Because if they're doing Clone Wars flashbacks with both Obi-Wan and Anakin, Ahsoka,
it would make sense. It would make sense to have Snips in there too. I mean, if you don't have Snips in there too, young Snips.
Completely. Makes complete sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. And that is it for tonight's edition of Rebel Rock News.
We just had a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. And now it is time for us to show our thingies.
We're back to this again. The thingies.
Thingies.
We have thingies.
We're gonna show our thingies. All right. Do you have more than one or just one?
I have one, and I have a sneak preview of another.
Okay. Yeah, that's right, Spencer. We're going to whip out our thingies.
We're going to whip out our thingies and discuss them and show and discuss them with you.
Whipping out our thingies. So I have a box that I have not opened yet. So,
okay.
You want to go first?
You want me to go first? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So for my show and tell thingy, or my show my thingy, as most of you know, I get subscription boxes from Culture Fly that have to do with Star Wars, and I actually got one for the Christmas holiday season that I didn't get a chance to show over Christmas. But as all of you know, in Star Wars, during the Christmas holiday season, we all celebrate Life Day. So right. My current subscription box from Culture Fly is the Life Day.
Very nice.
Life Day theme box. So I will show you the stuff that I got from my Life Day theme box.
Show me your thingy.
Okay, so first up in the box, I've got Chewy socks.
Oh, nice.
They gave me some nice fuzzy Chewy socks. Cozy socks, Chewy socks. That's awesome. I'm not a big sock person, but yeah.
You don't wear socks?
So, of course I wear socks. I'm just not like, I'm not like some people who like all the decorative socks and like socks and fuzzy things and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, so I got Chewy socks. So that's the first thing in the box. Here's I'm going to take this out. So hang on a second. Second thing I got was an acrylic art print.
Oh, very nice.
See that? I can see that. I'll take that out of the box. Hang on a second. Hey. This is why I open things in a cup of tape before I get them. Oh, this is kind of cool. Oh, this is kind of cool. Sweet. Hang on a second. Get this out of the thing. Oh, this is raised too. This is kind of cool. You can't really see it, but check that out.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, look at R2, little Yoda, C-3PO. No, it's just a plate that has a hanger on the back.
Okay.
And the characters are actually, if you see it from the side they're kind of reliefed a little bit on top. They're actually sitting on top, so there's like several different layers of it. So, yeah. So kind of cool.
We haven't had any socks made yet. That wasn't even on the. That wasn't even.
That's not even on the radar yet.
Yeah, that's not on the radar.
Yeah, it's not on the radar. So I got a new pin,
Oh, very cool.
Darth Vader and Stormtrooper pin. I got. Let's see here. What else is in here? What else do I got? Oh, this is kind of cool. Oh, this
Unless
is
you're
neat.
just saying you want to see my socks. I mean, my socks are just.
I don't think you want to see socks.
You don't want to see the socks.
So I got a zip up hoodie that says Life Day on the front, just like that, right there.
Very
And then
cool.
on the back, it has the four Chewie or the four Wookiees and their Life Day celebration. So I got that as a nice little zip up hoodie to go along with it. Kind of
Very
cool,
cool.
kind of neat.
Very cool. Very cool.
And let's see what else. Oh, one other thing. And I got this as well. Let's see here. I got a nice decorative throw to go along with it. And let's see here. Oh, wait. I think I got it backwards. I think I do. Yeah, I got it backwards. Okay, there we go.
Family Joy Harmony.
Yeah. So here, I'll stand up. Nice little decorative throw that's got some neat, cool stuff from Life Day on it.
What do you mean nobody wants to see my socks? What's wrong with my socks?
So yeah, that's what I got. Nice decorative throw. Got a new zip-up hoodie. Got an acrylic piece of art. Got a nice little pin.
Very
Got
cool.
some nice fuzzy socks. I'll try out. I'll give them a shot and see what they're like. So yeah, pretty darn cool for a Life Day box. That's pretty neat.
Actually, sir, I will have you know that I have brand new socks that don't have holes in them.
Now we've gotten into a whole sock discussion.
All right.
So you want to do yours, and then I'll show you I'll do my
I've got a
preview
box.
after that.
Yeah, I've got a
I'll
box
do the
that I have not opened yet.
Nice.
So this is a box from the fan home that I subscribe to, and this is where I get my Star Wars encyclopedia books.
Oh yeah.
This is a much bigger box than I normally get, so I'm not sure what is in here. Oh, okay.
It's a Christmas special box.
Bonus. Okay. So.
Oh, look at there.
Hang on. The first part is the 4 books for this month.
Nice.
The first one is Scarif and Other Planets in the Outer Rim. So there's the cover of that one.
Nice.
Ooh, man, I wish Frosty was here for this one. Darth Maul and Other Followers of the Dark Side.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'll have to show that one off to Frosty.
Oh yeah.
Starships of the First Order and the Resistance.
Nice little sequel.
Hell yeah.
Uh-oh.
Saw Gerrera. And other characters of the galaxy.
Nice. Prominently featured on the front too. That's awesome.
Heck yeah. All right. And so the bonus that I have here, also in its box, I have a bookend.
Oh, that's cool.
So is it just one? Did they just send me one bookend? Okay, well, this could be a problem. Hold on. You might want to do your sneak preview while I'm trying to get this open.
Right on. Well, so for all of you out there who know,
yeah, it's only one bookend.
Maybe they're going to send
one bookend.
Maybe they're going to send you the other link.
That's really weird. Okay, go ahead and do your. Oh, wait a minute. We got somebody new.
Hey, Paige.
Page Turners. They were not.
They are not.
Love it.
From The Last Jedi. Yoda. Like it. It's awesome. So, okay. So everybody. So those of you who know, I have had in the works. I've been waiting on over a year for my HasLab project to get in. And what do you know? While we were on break, it finally came. And I took it out of the shipping containers. I have not put it together. I've not done anything with it yet. I'm not sure if we're going to do like a special episode where the half of it will probably be me putting it together or not, but I kind of wanted to show it to you. I've got it sitting back here in the box, so I'll bring it up and show it to you real quick. And you folks can see how big this damn thing is. This is the HasLab Ghost.
Oh, wow.
Oh. Hey, how you doing over there? Hi. Yeah, this freaking thing is huge. But I have it. I have it in the box. I took it out of the shipping containers. I have not unboxed it yet. I have not done anything with it. But yeah, this is going to be a future thingy unboxing or something. We're going to do. Like I said, we may do a special episode, or we.
Folks, I would just like to go on record that JD said his thingy is huge.
But yeah, this thingy is freaking huge. But yeah, so this will be, so stay tuned. This will be, we'll kind of let you folks know. It's going to take a little time to get this put together, and so yeah, we'll that'll be a future adventure here on Rebel Rock Radio, is me putting together my HasLab Ghost. So yeah, there you go. It is fucking huge. Oh my god.
Yes, Blue, that's right. That is one big thingy. But yeah,
It is.
they
I mean,
sent
look
me
at this.
one bookend.
People, I'm 6'5". Look at this thing. Just saying.
Oh, that's my bookend.
That's kind of awesome, though.
Yeah,
You can put it up against the shelf end and then put him on the other side.
I guess so. So that's like, was I supposed to get two?
Maybe they'll send you the other one later.
Maybe.
Maybe. I mean, I literally have one that's a
OnlyFans
book.
content for JD's big thingy.
I would not make anything.
All right, is that all you got?
Yeah, that's it. No, well, that's it for now. I mean, I have other thingies, but
All right.
there's future episodes. Stay tuned. I have more thingies. I wish Frosty was here too, because I got my shipping notification. My Darth Revan from Sideshow Collectibles will be here tomorrow. So that'll be a future unboxing for you folks in the chat as well. As soon as I get that, I will show you my Darth Revan from Sideshow Collectibles.
No, Blue, we are not on OnlyFans.
No.
Only thingies.
I was thinking only beards.
Yeah, I was thinking only beards. Tina says, Rebel Rock Radio, where you see huge thingies.
Normally, I don't like to grow it out this long, and I don't normally, because it's going to get longer before it's all over with. It'll probably be down to here before I actually do something with it. But I was told by some people that I was going to, which is now apparently, for those of you who don't know, when we do our Twilight of Vakanta series, it's a Patreon exclusive Star Wars role play game that we do. Steve is the GM, and I play a pilot/smuggler in that. So if you're not yet a Patreon, or you're thinking about becoming a Patreon, it's only $2 a month. Please consider, because we have exclusive
Hey,
content.
don't jump the gun.
Well, I'm just,
We'll get to that.
one of our characters in the show, Frosty Britches, she is actually, I just found out the other day at our other session that she is actually going to be going to Japan as well. So we'll all get to hang out. And one of the guys in the group that are all going together, he actually told me, he said, since I'm really tall and he's really tall, he said that I should grow out my beard as well, because apparently that's a thing. So I don't know. So I'm growing it out.
Jealous. I wish I was going to Japan. Oh. All right. So I've got a couple of announcements that we're going to talk about. First one is I would like to announce the launch of a new bi-weekly web comic. The name of it, hopefully I don't screw this one up, is Temporal Tumult. Hopefully, I got that right. So that is being put together by Blue, and the artist is Funky S, who is in the chat room with us, aka Stevie. The webcomic is bi-weekly. It's about a 20-something that gets a time travel device and goes on an adventure through time. It will be released every other Tuesday for the foreseeable future and will be getting launched today. They are on Blue Sky, Instagram, and Tumblr. And to make things easier, they do have a link tree. So if you go to this link right here, linktr.ee/temporal tumult, TEMPORAL TUMULT. That will take you, I'm going to share the screen here. So that will take you to the Instagram, the Blue Sky. There is a Discord server, and it will take you also to their Tumblr. I don't know what this is. MSPFA. Blue, you want to tell me what that means? I don't know what that means. But bi-weekly webcomic. Looks like it's going to be very interesting. Launches tonight. And I don't know, Spencer. I don't know what a temporal tumult is. You'll have to ask Blue. Blue says, I got all my friends to come cheer. That's the only thing they're here for. Great.
Mm-hmm.
After they've seen us show off our thingies, they're not going to come back. But I'll tell you what. You don't have to come back, but subscribe to the YouTube channel anyway.
Yeah.
So, Temporal Tumult, launching tonight and every other Tuesday for the foreseeable future. Looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
Looking for some. They're going to do some bi-weekly. God dang it. Bi-weekly post-comic watch parties. And I'm assuming some discussion over the episodes. Funky S says that MSPFA is a strange niche webcomic website sort of thing. Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, looking forward to seeing that. So make sure you get it out there and check that out.
Yeah.
All right. The other announcement that I have, and oh man, did I not put? I wanted to show you. I wasn't done with that. I wanted to show you some sample artwork.
Oh, nice.
From the webcomic. Pretty cool little stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
So my question, no, don't leave yet, Blue, or Funky S, whichever one of you wants to answer this. Is the webcomic going to be, is this going to be in color, or is it going to be just like you see here? I'm just curious. Okay, so while I'm waiting for you to answer that, I've got another picture that I need to throw up here.
He says it'll be on and off color wise. It's going to be
okay.
stylized. That's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
So it'll be so keep your ears out for that, eyes out for that.
Heck yeah. Go check them out. Go give them a look-see. Go give them a check out. And for those of you who don't know, also Blue is also part of our Star Wars role-playing game that we do, Twilight of Vakanta series.
That is right.
Yes. So, yeah.
And he is also part of the next announcement that I'm going to announce. So tomorrow night. Okay, so if you are a patron, or actually, even if you're not, there is a series that we do called The Bat Cave, which is early access for patrons, and then eventually it shows up on the YouTube channel. But tomorrow, The Bat Cave is going to be doing a special live episode. We are doing a special live episode, basically just to try to promote the Patreon and try to get some more people interested in it. And yeah. So if you don't know, the Batcave is where we get on and talk about all kinds of Batman related stuff. We have a lot of fun. But tomorrow is a special live episode starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Batcave Live. And if you can't tell by the picture, the topic of tomorrow's live episode is going to be the 2005 film Batman Begins. So that will be the main topic of the show. And we will be doing, basically we'll do the episode like we do any of the other Batcave episodes. It's just that this one will be live. Otherwise, the other episodes of the Batcave are on the Patreon for early access, and then eventually I get them put up on the YouTube channel. But I want to make sure that our patrons are able to see it first. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Okay, some more folks have entered the chat. Smirking Bear is back.
Smirking Bear.
Welcome back, Smirking Bear.
Heck yeah, I am, buddy.
And I guess that was it. Yeah, isn't that crazy, Joy? 20 years ago. So weird.
Completely off subject for a second. But did you ever watch the TV show Friends?
The TV show Friends, I did not.
Mm-hmm. One of my favorite sitcoms, actually.
I saw a couple episodes, and I was like, not interested.
One of my favorite sitcoms of all time is the TV show Friends. I heard a statistic the other day that said that at the end of the series, one of the characters that had twins for surrogacy, and then another couple had adopted a set of twins. And then one of the other main characters had a daughter, and there was daughters and son. They were all going around. All those kids were young kids at the time, and now they would actually be in their 20s. All of them would be in their 20s now, which is sad to think, because, yeah. When that TV show shut down, it was like 2004, and now here we are 21 years later, and they would all be in their 20s now, which is sad to think. Yeah. Episode 3 was 20 years ago, CEO said, or Taco says.
Yeah. So Batcave Live tomorrow night, right here on this YouTube channel, or wherever else you're watching it, because I think it's also going to be on Facebook and Twitter, just like these are. But yeah, it'll be a special live episode, so check that out, and we'll have a lot of fun. Now, speaking of the Patreon, that is where you can go and become a financial supporter of the show. Help us pay our StreamYard bill because they jacked up the prices.
They're buttheads.
So the Patreon is only $2 a month. We don't have multiple tiers. Although I've thought about doing it, I'm not really feeling like I want to come up with all the various different tiers. But yeah, so for $2 a month, you get the early access content to the Batcave, and also the other series that we do that is Superman related called the Kryptonian Chronicles. We actually only have one episode of that out so far. Kind of like the Batcave, except we talk about Superman instead of Batman.
We've been a little busy and kind of absent since we started that series, but
Yeah.
we are going to pick it up. And that will be me and Steve doing a short series about Superman. And our next one will actually be about Absolute Superman Volume 1.
Absolute Superman #1.
Number 1. Yeah.
Um, yeah. And so we'll be doing our countdown to the Superman movie that comes out in July.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
So in addition to that, you get exclusive access, which means it won't be shown anywhere else. Is our well, right now the only thing we've got on there for our exclusive access is the Star Wars RPG Twilight of Vakanta, which JD mentioned, and we just put a new Brian. How's it going, dude?
What's up, Brian?
We just recorded a new episode of that this past Thursday. And so we'll be doing another one probably in a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And if you like role-playing games and like Star Wars, this is a very fun series.
Mm-hmm.
And things are starting to reach their boiling point in the show, in the series or in the campaign.
Mm-hmm. This one was good because it had a lot of history attached to it, so that was good about this one.
Yeah.
The last one before that was very action packed.
Yeah, the one before was very action packed. This one was kind of, I don't want to call it a filler episode because it was important. Because
a lot of information in there.
It was a lot of information that is necessary
Uh-huh.
to what's going to happen for the rest of the campaign. But yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. So it's me. I'm the GM. JD is the pilot. Blue is the archaeologist.
Mm-hmm.
Frosty, who we mentioned earlier, is a Zabrak force user. And then filling out our group is Charlie Kirby, who is the original, way back when, co-host of the show. Exactly, Tina. There must be plot to drive the murder. Smarty Bear is asking if there's a space pirate strip club in this RPG.
Not yet.
Well, here's the thing. There was a specific planet that they went to that I had a lot of plans for. Like, this planet adventure was supposed to take at least 2 sessions, maybe 3. And it didn't work out that way.
To say that the players in the game have not thrown a serious wrench in Steve's storyline would be an understatement.
Yeah. There have been several times where I've had to revamp the entire thing. So there would have been something like that in the adventure, but it did not happen. What was I talking about? Okay, so that's the exclusive content. And then you get these stickers. You get a sticker pack.
Yes, stickers.
Which we do need to make some more of.
Yes, we do.
And
need to get a hold of that.
And on top of that, you get your name called out on our live stream, which is what we're going to do now. So this is our thank you to everybody that hookers and blow.
Well, we do have spice. We just haven't had hookers and stuff like that yet.
We do have the spice. Yeah. So yeah, this is where we thank the folks who contribute financially to Rebel Rock Radio.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you, Dave Brown, Kelly and Chris Olson, Justin Hensley, Charlie Kirby, Chantel, Matthew, and Steve Spawn, who is in the chat room now.
Yes,
thank you all for contributing and helping us keep things going. And if you need to find out where you can become a Patreon, if you are interested, you can go to this link right here, bio.link/Rebel Rock Radio. And that will give you the link to the Patreon as well as to the Discord server and all our social media links and our merchandise page and all that good stuff. And especially a link to the YouTube channel where you can subscribe.
Like,
Smash that
comment,
like
subscribe.
button. Speaking of the YouTube channel, like I mentioned earlier, we are getting close to our 200th episode.
Mm-hmm.
So what I was hoping for is that we could get, by the time we do our 200th episode, I was hoping we could get to 250 subscribers.
We're really close.
We are close. Let's see. I got to do some math here. We need 12 more subscribers between now and, let's see, episode number 250 will be.
We'll be cutting it close.
We are coming very close. For February 4th will be our 200th episode. So yeah, we will be cutting it close. But if you get the word out and get some more people to subscribe and get us to 250, it would be most appreciated. So make sure you subscribe and smash that like button and tell your friends to come and subscribe and all that too.
And just like 200 subscribers, we promise we won't ask for more.
That's a lie.
That's a straight up lie. Straight up lie.
What was the deal? Because like after we hit 250, we were saying something about if we get to 300, we would have a raffle.
I think it was you said if we get to 300 you were going to raffle off a t-shirt, and I said if we get to 500 I will contribute and buy 3 t-shirts and we'll raffle them off.
There we go. And you know what? Speaking of raffles, we still have not done the raffle for this Hawaiian t-shirt.
Ooh,
Star
we
Wars
need to do
themed.
that. We need to do that.
We need to get around to do that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that is it for our housekeeping. I think we really need to get into our.
We have 4 episodes of Skeleton Crew to talk about.
We got 4 episodes of Skeleton Crew to talk about, and we've already gone well over the first hour. So, all right. Well, let's do some quick recap of the 4 episodes that we're going to be talking about. Okay, so the first one we will be talking about is going to be episode 4, which was titled "Can't Say I Remember No Aden," and that aired on December 17th. That is where they go looking for Aden, and they thought they landed on it, but they ended up on a sister planet that is essentially run by, well, not run, but is full of like child warriors. So, I got some thoughts on that, but we'll get to it. Yeah, you're right, Bear. This episode might go into overtime. And then the 5th episode was You Have a Lot to Learn About Pirates. That aired on December 24th. And that is where they find out the name of the ship. And some interesting stuff happens there. This is where the parents are trying to send a message, but they're not able to. They find out that the ship is called the Onyx Cinder and belonged to a famous pirate named Tack Renaud. And they learn that the treasure that is located on Aden is an old Republic mint. And Jod gets greedy, and basically he takes over as captain because he challenges Fern, and we'll get more into that later. Episode 6 was called Zero Friends Again. That aired on December 31st. Jod and SM-33 are captured by the pirates. Oh, the other thing I wanted to say about episode 5, that's when they go to that like fancy like
Mud bath.
Resort planet.
Mud bath.
Yeah, it was big, kind of like a spa planet. Anyway, so the pirates in episode 6, the pirates show up on Lanupa, and they capture Jod and SM-33, and then they take him away, and eventually he saves himself because he bribes the crew by telling them he knows where Aden is, and then there's some bonding going on between some of the other characters, and Fern and Neil recover the Onyx Cinder, and that's when we see those big trash crabs.
Mm-hmm.
Those were cool.
Those were cool.
And then they depart Lanupa. And then on episode 7, which is called We're Gonna Be in So Much Trouble, that aired on January 7th. They get to Aden, but there is as we already knew, there's like this big defensive barrier around the planet. And they realize that the Onyx Cinder is the key to getting through the defenses. Jod kills Brutus, and who is the main pirate that captured him, and he once again takes over as captain of the Onyx Cinder, and they get through to at Aden, and man, I had a lot to remember here. They make it to the kids make it to they see their parents, and that is when so Jod, he poses as a Republic emissary to get into the vault. The kids kind of reunite with their parents before Jod kind of puts the kibosh on that and whips out his lightsaber. He whips out his own thingy. So lot of episodes to discuss. So let's start with kind of a quick recap, and basically we're not really going to go episode by episode. We're just kind of going to go overall and summarize some key plot points and notable events. Actually, I think that's what we just did. Just kind of a quick recap.
Yep.
But then what about some favorite moments from the episodes? Do you have any favorite moments?
Yeah.
Barry, I kind of did.
That was a very, very quick recap. Because let's see. Some notable points for me was one, when they were wearing their disguises when they went to the mud spa planet. Did anybody else notice?
Very good point, Tina. Very good point.
Matthew
showed up. Look at there.
Matthew. Hey, Matthew.
All right. What were you saying, Jenny?
Yeah. So when they were wearing their disguises, did anybody else notice, or was it just me like going into stuff? But did anybody else notice that I think it was not Neil, but the other kid, the other boy. Did anybody notice that his costume looked crazily like um, Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean?
A little bit.
Yeah. If you look at the hat and you look at the scarf he was wearing, and then if you look at the things over his hands, it looks a lot like he looks a lot like a miniature version of Davy Jones,
Yeah.
which I thought was cool. I thought it was a little Easter. I thought it was a cool little Easter egg. I thought that was kind of neat. Later in the episode, I also like the fact too that he tries to defend his friend, and he finds a lightsaber, which I think is great, and I think he showed a lot of bravery on his part, which I thought was really cool. But the funny part about it was, if you actually think about it, is when he ignites the lightsaber, he ignites it upside down and damn near cuts his foot off,
Yeah.
which is cool. Which unfortunately, John was able to get a hold of, which kind of sucks that he was able to find and get a hold of a lightsaber and use it, and he's now using it against the kids to hold the kids hostage and their parents hostage, which sucks. I'm kind of hoping that maybe this is all there's something else going on, but I'm guessing not. I'm guessing that he's playing that he's playing the Long John Silver from Treasure Island role to a T. I mean, and he's turned out to be, like he was trying to use the kid to find the treasure, but now that he's found the treasure, he's going to turn on him, kind of situation. So
Hmm.
I'm guessing that's what's happening. I'm guessing that's what's going to happen, and I'm kind of curious. Let's see what else. What else did I think? Oh, I loved the fact that the Onyx Cinder was about to get eaten, and then they flip the switch
Yeah. Yeah.
and they back it out of there, and it turns out to be a lot cooler ship than it was before. Which I thought it was. After I saw that, I was like, that looks even better than before. That's like one of those ships that I go, I really like it now, because I thought it looked really good. But come to find out it's actually a Republic ship that receives shipments from the vaults of credits to take back to be redistributed.
Yeah.
Um, so I thought that was pretty cool. I like the Maelstrom reference. What were some of the other parts that I really
I
liked? I
love the
did like
crabs. That was cool.
the crabs is cool. I did like the personal scenes that was going on between Neil and the girl from the one planet. I thought that was pretty cool. That was kind of neat. Neil kind of had his moment, which was
Yeah.
cool. I thought that was kind of cool. But I mean, that planet was one of the jewels of the Republic, and now it's a wasteland. The only thing I did find out the only thing that I was kind of disappointed about is I thought that the mystery behind Ad-Atten would be something a little bit more interesting. Now, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just might be just might just be my odd opinion about it. But to say that it's a production facility for credits, and they have vaults full of credits, that's cool. But to me, I was kind of hoping it'd be something a little bit more in depth than that. Because to
Yeah.
say that it's been a production facility for credits for out throughout from even the old Republic to now, like I said, it's okay,
Hmm.
that's cool, but I was hoping for something a little more. That's just me. That's just me.
I don't think that we
Millennium
have.
Workshop. Hey, Millennium Workshop.
Oh,
They're in
look
the
at
chat.
there.
Yeah.
I don't think we have um, answered all the questions about Adam. I don't think the show has answered all the questions yet.
No, I don't think so either. And there may be more. There may be more to it. And I mean, it's kind of how we felt like when Acolyte came out. Tonight's episode is going to be the season finale, maybe,
Yeah.
possibly, hopefully, the season finale. And there might be questions answered. There also might be things that are left as a cliffhanger for the next set that comes out. For the next season,
So
possibly, potentially.
so one of the questions that I have, um, is why were these planets cut off from the rest of the Republic? Like, because these planets, from what I gather, the people there didn't even know anything about the Empire or the war.
Right.
So it's like, why? What was it about these planets that allowed them to be cut off from the rest of the galaxy?
Right. And if they're making credits, I mean, someone had to know. So I'm guessing that whoever the supervisor is, that person knew about it. That
But
person
did
knew
they?
about it, but they didn't. Well, I would think that they would, because if this is what they've been doing throughout the entirety of, the old republic, and now for the new republic, and then like the sequel or the prequel trilogy, and then they were still around during the Galactic Civil War, which took 20 years, almost 20 years.
Yeah.
You know, they were making credits for them that entire time. So I'm thinking somebody there did know, but they didn't disclose that information to the rest of the populace because they didn't want them to know what was going on. Because who's to say that the Empire didn't contact them and they weren't printing Imperial credits instead of for the Republic? Like they're a neutral site, like say Switzerland or something that produces money.
Ooh, that's an interesting thought.
Yeah, they produce money, but they're on the
No.
neutral side.
Smirking Bear said maybe Adadin's location was deleted from maps like Camino.
That's very possible. But if you think
But
about it,
why?
then but not even just why, but who? Who
Yeah.
would have the ability to not only wipe it out from the Jedi, but also the Empire? Who
Yeah.
who has who has that a capability
I mean, we know why
to take
Camino
away
was
that
deleted.
information?
We know why
Yeah,
Camino was deleted, but why
right.
would Adadin be deleted?
Why would the Jedi not know about this place? Why would if they've been around since the old Republic? Why would there's a lot of questions. A lot
Well,
of questions.
the kid on the planet knew about the Jedi,
Yeah.
so they knew Jedi existed.
Yeah.
Um,
And there's nothing saying that they didn't know about the planet. They might have been it might have been a cooperative or collaborative effort to keep it secret. So that way they couldn't, that way it couldn't be rated, or it couldn't
Matt says
be
that Palpatine is the supervisor.
somehow Palpatine returning. Yeah. That's the thing, is we don't know who the supervisor is either. We don't know if it's we don't know who it is, who's responsible. We don't know any of that information yet.
Joyce says maybe a
And
Jedi was hiding there.
maybe,
Is a
but we haven't
Jedi the
got.
supervisor?
That'd be interesting. That'd be interesting.
So, okay. So, Smirky, I want to address a question that was earlier in the chat, but before I do that, Smoking Bird says the parents seem to know more than they're letting out. Possibly.
I think for their security, they probably do.
Yeah. But Joy actually had a question earlier. Let's see if I can find it. Do you think the next episode will end on a cliffhanger? So,
man, I'm worried about it though.
Part of me says no, because the creators could not have known whether or not this was going to be a hit.
Yeah. And I'll be honest with you. I haven't really been looking at what the numbers of the show have been doing. Has it been successful?
I haven't been paying attention because honestly,
I haven't really been paying attention. Yeah.
I like it. So, getting away from that, one of the things I wanted to mention that I really liked and this is specific to a specific episode, and it is the episode 4, where they're on that planet that they thought was that Adam, and it turns out that there's like this little civil war going on the planet, and then you've got all the kid warriors and whatnot. I liked that. I would like them to explore that more, either in a comic book or a novel or something like that.
Hmm.
Um, I got some heavy, like, Neverland vibes from that episode.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, Peter Pan, Neverland, Captain
Yeah,
Hook. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely.
yeah. Really liked that episode. Um, so oh man, you and I were talking about this a couple of weeks ago with one of the episodes because we were both saying that the episode that oh yeah, Bear, definitely huge Lost Boy vibes,
Oh yeah,
definitely.
big time. Where they were like, and the weird thing was is that they were saying that the kids needed to do this, and the kids needed to be a part of it, and the kids needed to be their vital resource and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it
Yeah,
gave me big time, give me big time James Hook. Yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, yeah, big time.
Matthew says that he heard the kids in the show are going to cross over to one of the upcoming movies. That would be interesting. Um, okay, yeah. What you and I were talking a couple weeks ago when one of the episodes came out, and we both had mentioned that so far it was our favorite episode. And now I don't remember which one that was. Um, yeah, I don't remember. At the time, it was our favorite episode. Um, with that being said, of all 7 episodes, which one would you say is your favorite episode?
Um, man, I'd say so far, I'd say it's the one where they finally end up, when they did the reveal of the Onyx Cinder. I think that's probably, and when they were inside the pirates lair. No, I think
That
those are
is the
two
one
different seven.
we were talking about.
Yeah, I think
That
I
was
can't. I ran them all
you have a
together because
lot
I
to
did.
learn about pirates.
Yeah, that one was pretty cool. I did like that one. I thought that one was pretty neat. And then the reveal of the Onyx Cinder was pretty cool too. So I think it's a tie between, yeah, those
Yeah,
moments were. But I can't remember because I ran them all together. I did a binge watch because I watched them
I,
when they came out, and then like all the things that I had going on with work and everything, I had to rewatch them again.
I'm pretty
So
sure it
when I
was
re
that one that you and I were talking about.
yeah,
Because it
that
was
was the
right
same
after
ep
the episode came out, and we're like, I think that's my favorite episode so far.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's
Um,
been my favorite. That's been my favorite episode so far.
yeah, I'd have to say that one, but after doing a rewatch, episode 4, I'm just really liking too, and that was the one with the Lost Boy vibes.
Hmm.
I did really like that one too. So 4 and 5, I'd have to say, are my favorite episodes. Um, but really, overall, I mean, this show, as far as the Star Wars live action TV shows have gone or have come, um, it's it's up toward the top of the list. I mean, it's a good one. I would have
Hmm.
to say, I will say that I'm pretty sure that I like it's not over yet, but from based on what we've seen, I like this one better than the Acolyte.
Um, I like them both for different. I like them. I would say that I like them equally. If I really had to give like an off the cuff honest
Hmm.
opinion, I like them equally, but I like them for different reasons. I liked the Acolyte for the deep dive into the Jedi, into the Sith, into the action sequences, the interaction between Kamir and the Jedi, and some of those episodes.
Yeah.
because like I said, the first part of the Acolyte was kind of but once that part got in, I really got into the show after that and thought it was really cool. And the action sequences were awesome and great. Now this one, like I said, this one kind of brings back that nostalgic part, because they're
Hmm.
really hitting all of the classic children's, all the classic story tales, or all the classic stories that we did. It's the Space Goonies, it's Peter Pan, it's Treasure Island,
Hmm.
it's there's so many different types of children's stories and things that are being represented, and the Easter eggs that you're seeing from different things are kind of putting it all in there, but it's captured in the Star Wars universe, and with all the pirates and getting into the smugglers and the different things like that. So I like them both. Like I said, I kind of like them equally for different reasons for what they brought to the table as far as contribution to the Star Wars universe. If I had to throw it, if I mean really, that's just kind of off the cuff.
Um, I just I just really like the storytelling in this one more.
Hmm.
More than the Acolyte. Um, I mean, if we're doing, I'm not doing a ranking today, but if we're doing rankings, Andor is still my favorite overall. Um, but
Yeah,
this is a really good show. I just really like the show.
I really like it, and I'm
Tina
glad.
Tina says I liked Acolyte for a shirtless Khmer, but Skeleton Crew appeals to the kid inside of me. I,
Yeah,
I
I
think that's
agree.
what makes this show so fun.
I agree with everything but the shirtless Chimera part. I didn't really care about that.
Oh, don't lie. I know
I'm
I
just
know
saying.
you like shirtless Khmer.
Just throwing it out there. No, I like his lightsaber. I like the lightsaber and the helmet. I'm still waiting on the helmet. The helmet, I'm
His
not sure.
lightsaber.
Lightsabers. I'm not even gonna go there. he has his own thingy to show. Um, um but yeah, like I said, I like them both for the differences. And like I said, I this really brought out a nostalgia in me, but not necessarily a Star Wars nostalgia, but a kid's, the adventures that I used to enjoy and watching movies of kid adventures when I was a kid and putting myself into that place as that kid. And now I get to kind of relive that again through these little adventures they're having here and kind of rehashing those types of stories. I think it's pretty awesome. I think it's pretty cool. And like I said, I like them for different reasons. And like I said, without knowing overall how the show did and stuff like that, the unfortunate thing is that if it turns out that the show hasn't been doing great as far as viewership numbers is concerned, because a lot of people who watch this show are going to be hardcore Star Wars fans that are not necessarily going to be people who are kind of like, well, I like Star Wars, but I'm not really like really into it. Then they're probably not going to watch it. It's not probably something that's going to interest them, which is
Yeah.
unfortunate because in the same respect of the Acolyte, I was excited about branching into new territories and bringing up new things that they could do and branching into new stories. I love the Skywalker saga. I have no problem with Skywalker. I have no problem with the Galactic Civil War. And like I said, the era of the sequel trilogy. It would be cool to see some expanded stories there too. I think it's a little too soon for that because we just quite haven't got to that point with the fandom yet. But I do want to see those kinds of stories be expanded upon. And the unfortunate thing is that if for some reason the show doesn't do the numbers, then there's a good chance that we won't see a season two. We won't see more projects like this. And this is something I've kind of said a little while here with all the hate and everything that happened with the Acolyte. I have a strong feeling that with all the political nonsense that's being brought into Star Wars and the overwhelming amount of hate that it has been getting, I think we're going to start seeing less and less stuff come out of it as far as TV shows are concerned. And if only lightsabers. Now, see, I could do something like that and be able to show a lot.
I
I've got
don't
good stuff.
think so. That's not the type
I've
of
got.
lightsaber that.
Damn it! That's not what she's talking about. Son of a gun. Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing about it is if people just aren't watching it, if it's not getting the viewership numbers that they want, that's what it boils down to. Is that we're just not going to see only cis and only lightsabers. Oh, good lord. So
So this is an interesting point that Matt brings up. Without the lightsaber and the mentions of the Jedi, you wouldn't really know it was a Star Wars series.
true.
That's
True.
true.
That's true. That's fair. That's fair. I mean, because Ad-Atten is a place we've never heard of. There's a lot of places that they're going to that we've never heard of before.
I don't know if I 100% agree with that because it still has a Star Wars flavor to it.
Hmm. Yeah, I guess.
This would not be okay. Let's look at it this way. This clearly would not be a Star Trek series.
Clearly.
Let's take out the lightsabers. Let's take out the Jedi. This does
Right.
not. This would not be a Star Trek series,
Right.
because it doesn't take place in our galaxy,
Right.
and you can clearly tell that it does not take place
Right.
in a known universe.
But I think the issue you run
The
into
ships and okay,
the ships look nothing like what we've seen, other than the X-wings.
Yeah.
Other than the X-wings, but they threw those in there just so that way you would know that the Republic is involved in what's going on. But like the Onyx Cinder is not something we've seen before. The ships at the pirate spaceport are ships that reminisce or look similar to Star Wars ships.
See,
but you really can't look at them and go, that is 100% definitely a Star Wars ship.
Joy is on track with what I'm trying to get at here.
Okay.
It has a Star Wars aesthetic. Even without the Jedi and the lightsabers, it still feels like a Star Wars show.
Well, and you still have familiar species in the Star Wars universe too.
Yeah.
Including Jabba's or including, Hutts.
It just, to me, it has an overall Star Wars feel to it.
Right.
The droids, that they feel like Star Wars droids.
Right, but it's also one of those ones that you could easily, if you took out some of that stuff and you created like different species, or you just created different types of droid, like SM-33. SM-33 is a droid that we haven't seen before.
Right, but it still looks like a Star Wars droid.
Yeah.
That doesn't look like something that would have came out of Battlestar Galactica.
Right. No. I mean, it is unique to that universe. But at the same time, is that you could have changed it. You could, and I'm not advocating that it's not Star Wars. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm saying that you could have changed a few things about it, and it very well could have been a standalone, just space adventure that didn't have anything to do with Star Wars.
Yeah.
But you throw in familiar alien species, you throw in lightsabers, you throw in the Hutts, you throw in X-wings, and then you throw in things like the lore of the Old Republic, the lore of the credits and the vaults and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then you're starting to throw in that little spice here and there that shows it's a Star Wars show.
So Tina says she can't answer that question without bias. Number one, because she knows it's Star Wars, but the droids and some other things tilt it Star Wars themed.
Mm-hmm.
And Bear makes another interesting point that SM-33 is a different looking K2SO droid made by a space pirate. And that's what I think of SM-33. He reminds me a lot of K2SO, but maybe a different model per se.
Yeah.
The only other space faring TV show that I feel like this could have belonged to without the Jedi and the lightsaber and all that, The only one that I can think of off the top of my head that it would have fit in somehow is Firefly.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna. When you said I could only think of another one, that was the first thing I thought of was Firefly.
Yeah,
Like if Firefly had been updated and they brought back the crew
yeah,
or something, and or the kids ran into the cast of the cast from
yeah,
the Firefly or something like that, later down the road, then I could see that being. And then you just take out the Jedi, you take out the Old Republic,
yeah,
and you take out a few other things, and then you would run into that very same thing. So I mean, I don't know. Like you said, it has a very Star Warsy aesthetic and feel to it. But it very easily could have been transplanted and put into a different universe and could have been something else.
yeah. Um,
But like I said, that's not a dig on the show because they're trying to expand past
hmm, maybe.
what? Yeah, like nowhere. Like the pirate port could have been nowhere.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
This Skeleton Crew is aiming to bring a certain audience to Star Wars. Do you think that it was,
Younger,
huh?
younger kids.
That's what I was going to ask. Do you think that they made this specifically to appeal to a younger audience?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I would say they made it specifically to appeal to a younger, like a preteen audience. Like getting
Oh,
back to like
we don't
getting
talk about
back.
that show here, Matthew.
What's that? Oh, I was actually going to mention that. I was actually going to talk about that because in the reference of Rebel Moon, they wanted it to be a Star Wars story, and then they go and they just change a few key features of the show, and the next thing you know, it's a standalone space series.
Did
Now,
you
it didn't
watch the
do
second
very well.
one?
No, I have never watched the second
I
one.
haven't watched either.
The first one, I was like, yeah, it's all right. I'm okay with it. It's okay, But then I saw previews of the second one, and I went, probably not. Probably will not watch it. Maybe I should just to give it a fair shot, but I did not. So,
So here's a squirrel moment.
oh,
Um, we've never done an episode about Firefly.
this is true.
We should do an episode about Firefly.
Later down the road.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
this one's about over with. We got
yeah,
one more episode,
yeah. It's tonight's episode. Yep, yep.
and we actually don't have anything
You
else
watched you
after.
watched the movie, right? You watched Serenity, right?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. That's a good movie too. By the way.
Absolutely.
And see, even if you watch that movie and you kind of look at Skeleton Crew, you could kind of look at it, and if you took out key elements of Skeleton Crew that said it was Star Wars, you could easily transport it right into Firefly.
Yeah.
It would not be that hard.
Oh, those movies. Oh my gosh.
Eh,
A lot. The live
yeah.
action Ewok movies.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's what they were hoping to do with this is they were kind of hoping to bring in, give something to the kids, give something for a younger audience, give something to people that, to bring in new viewership and things like that. But like I said, I don't know.
yeah. Um, I mean, so yeah, overall, I really like the show. I like the pirate vibe of it. I like that you've got Star Wars meets Goonies meets Pirate of the Caribbean meets Peter Pan, and it's
Meets Treasure Island, meets this, meets that,
right.
meets yeah.
It's
I
just
mean, it really is like they took all of the popular kid shows and they threw it into one and they said, let's add Star Wars, let's add a dash of Star Wars, let's add this storyline
yeah,
into it, and we'll put in all these Easter eggs along with it. I mean,
yeah,
I ain't mad at it. It's fun to see all that brought to the screen. I think it's pretty cool.
yeah.
It you know, it's it's been a fun show, and like I said, it's on the same level for me as Acolyte because I think they bring different things to the table.
And we
And
still haven't seen Hondo. What the hell, man?
I know we haven't seen yeah, we haven't seen Hondo, we haven't seen Han, we haven't seen who was the other one we predicted might show up. There was somebody else we talked about that might show up too. It's been a while back since we talked about it.
Uh, Spencer, you make a very great point. Jod has been a great villain because he's kind of gone back and forth. You've kind of gone back and forth with him. It's like, okay, is he on their side or is he? But yeah, no, he's just a pirate. He's
Yeah,
just an
yeah,
asshole.
he's a pirate, and now he's a
Just an
pirate
asshole.
with the force abilities and a lightsaber.
Yeah.
Which is a
So
question.
there's another question.
Yeah,
It's like, where does he come from?
yeah,
Is he
yeah,
a
and
former Jedi?
that's something we've been asking since episode one.
Probably been
You
asking
know,
since before the show started.
yeah, yeah. Why? How is he able to use the force? And obviously he can. It wasn't just a trick. He was
Right.
using it several times. He was using the force on several occasions.
Because
So,
we're talking about post Return of the Jedi era.
mhm.
So he doesn't seem like he's that old to. So maybe he was a youngling. I don't know.
Yeah, but
Are
even he
we
seems a little. He even seems a little old to be like a youngling.
are we going to get those questions answered in the last episode?
I hope so because, like I
Oh,
said, if
clearly, Joy. Yeah, no, he's not going to want to share the gold with the ship. He's not going to want to share it with all of the pirates. I feel like there's going to be okay. So let's get into some predictions. I feel like there's going to be a huge. This last episode is going to be very action packed. I think there's going to be a huge battle, fight, some sort of conflict between pretty much everybody on at Adden and these pirates.
Mhm.
I mean, it's going to be.
Yeah, and I don't think. I think my my prediction is that yeah, there's going to be end up being a huge battle, and I don't want to say I don't know. There's so many. It's the show itself has been such so unpredictable because we don't know. We haven't understood the premise. I think throughout the entire thing, we just didn't know what to expect. So it's
Yeah.
hard to sit here and go, I think this is going to happen. This is going to happen. It's hard to even sit down and say that. But I like Jods. I like the character. But now that he's become an asshole, I'm kind of hoping that I hope he meets some type of fiery demise. I hope. But the fact that he has a lightsaber and he's force sensitive might cause a few issues. Like who's going to be able to challenge him? But I think that might be where like the supervisor comes in. Maybe the supervisor is somebody that we don't know about. That maybe is somebody of relatively great importance, or somebody that just is even better than him, and that might be the thing that saves him, or something like that. Or but the pirates still can't get through the barrier, so he's still got a decision to make.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, they still can't get through the barrier. So he has to figure out how to get them through the barrier to the planet to get the goal or to get the credits. But, he has to be able to keep the kids, the parents, and everything under wraps. And the droids still think that he's an emissary, but when they find out he's not, how's that going to affect things? And right now they're sitting in the deep, deep bottom of a vault waiting to collect the credits to load them onto the ship. I mean, how do you reconcile all that? And I swear, I like the Onyx Cinder, and if they blow another ship up that I like, I may lose my shit. I'm just saying. They did it with the Razor Crest. I'm pissed. Damn it. I mean, if they'd have blown up the Millennium Falcon in the sequel, I think people would have rioted. I really do. So I
Yeah.
like the Onyx Cinder, and if it gets blown up, but in the end, I don't know. So it's hard to say for sure what exactly how it's going to turn out. Like I said, the only thing I think that can challenge him is somebody who's somebody we haven't seen yet. I think that's going to
Yeah.
be the biggest thing.
Um. Yeah, Steve, I agree. I really like an unaligned force user character. I like that.
Hmm.
Um. I don't think. Well, I still don't think there's going to be a cliffhanger per se. I don't think we're going to get all our questions answered.
Which that worries me because, like I said, if they don't renew the show, if it doesn't come back, one, I'll be mad because I'm sick of getting fuel to the haters. Number one, that's the first thing. All these people who are grifters who hang around and just hate on Star Wars because they hate Disney. It
Yeah.
just gives them something else, more fuel for the fire to say Disney screwed up, Disney did this. It's not, and it's that's not the case. That's not what's going on. I don't believe that for a second. And to have a show that is decent and is a good show to watch and is nostalgic for people who actually care about the medium, for it not to be renewed and for them not to further expand on the stories is going to be disappointing. It's going to be disappointing if it doesn't happen. So, I mean, I think they may want to wrap up all the storylines and all the plot holes just in case, but who knows? They may go ahead and do it and then just risk another season just to see what happens. That's kind of something I'm hoping for. Even if it didn't do the numbers or if it didn't do the content that they thought it would, I'm hoping that they still risk a second season and they try again because maybe the people that haven't given it a chance, maybe they will after the season's over with, and then we'll actually readdress and see how popular it becomes later down the road. I hope that's the thing. I hope that's what happens.
Yeah. Um. I'm really okay with it if they don't answer all the questions. Little mystery is fine.
Yeah, a little mystery, a little.
Yeah, a little bit of mystery
I
is
mean, if we
fine.
don't find out everything about Ad-Atten, that's fine. Whatever. I still want to find out about Jod. I want to find out where he came from, why he is who he is.
Yeah,
But then again, I mean, if you think about it, like I don't, I read Treasure Island a long time ago, so don't hate on me, people.
Spencer
Um,
wants to see John's backstory.
yeah, I think yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that's the case. That we get to actually see where he came from.
That
But then
says
again,
Jod is Broom Boy's dad.
well, hey, you never know. Well, yeah. You never know. They are pirates after all. I mean,
Yeah,
illegitimate children probably is a thing.
yeah.
Um, but like I said, Treasure Island. I didn't. I don't remember in the story for. So if anybody remembers, please correct me or let me know. I don't think they really told a really deep backstory on Long John Silver. I mean, I don't think we got a real comprehensive backstory on who he was and that sort of thing.
Mhm.
Other than he was looking for a treasure and he was trying to goad the boy into doing it. Yeah, so it could be the same thing. It could wind up being the same thing where we really don't get a lot of backstory, and it may be one of those mysteries that gets solved later or something like that. But I'm really kind of hoping that they do tie up most of the loose ends in the season finale, so that way we don't have to wonder. We don't have to wonder, like, are we going to get to see a season two, and are we going to get these questions answered? Because that's the problem with that's the problem that my biggest thing is about with Acolyte when they canceled, where they did not cancel it. I don't care. I will argue this point with people all day long. It just didn't get renewed because it didn't do what they wanted it to do, so it didn't get renewed. It was never intended to be more than one season, and if it had been successful the way they wanted it, then they probably would have renewed it for more seasons. But unfortunately, because of all the crap that went on and all the hate and all the discontent behind it, it unfortunately did not get renewed. So I will argue that I will stand on that hill and argue that with anybody. I don't give a crap. So just so
Mhm.
you people know, just in case you're planning on coming after me on that point, it didn't get renewed. It didn't get canceled. It just didn't get renewed. Yeah, Brian, very good point. I actually have that on disc on 4K. The show that was on called Black Sails, which coincidentally enough, Ray Stevens was actually in, and he played Blackbeard the pirate in Black Sails. Black Sails is actually Long John Silver's backstory, but I think the classic
I
novel.
I think I watched a couple episodes of that.
I actually have all 4 seasons on disc, and because I very much enjoyed it. For those of you who are wondering, by the way, Black Sails it was a pirate show, very good show, very adult show. Just so you know,
Mhm.
very adult show. Just keep that in mind. But it was a real good prequel to Treasure Island and the story of Long John Silver.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah.
Well,
Matthew
we've got
said
a new episode.
Long
No, I'm
John
sorry, say
Silver
that again.
escapes, and his Matthew says Long John Silver escapes and his fate is left unknown at the end of the book. Okay, like I said, it's been a long time since I read it. I couldn't remember for sure at the end, but yeah. So he ends up escaping. So Skeleton Crew started 2 minutes ago.
Okay. So we've got a new looks like it's on Tubi. Oh, are you talking about Black Cells?
Yeah, Black Sails.
I think it's on another one, but so yeah, let's go ahead and cut things off so people can go watch the last episode of Star Wars Skeleton Crew. So next week we will be back talking about the finale episode. And then after that, after next week, we don't have anything scheduled, but we do have our 200th episode coming up. So I kind of want to do something special for that. Thank you, Smoking Bear. Cheers to you as well. And cheers to everybody that came in the chat room and hung out with us tonight.
Cheers, Smoking Bear. Yes, thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for coming out and listening to us on our both of our actual first episode back from the break.
And so thanks for everybody out there watching this episode. And again, we'll be back to talk about the last episode. And then after that, maybe we'll talk about Firefly or something. We'll figure something out. We'll see. We'll get there. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with us in the chat room, folks. Thanks for tuning in and watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Subscribe to the Patreon, please. It's only $2, less than a cup of coffee. And we'll see you next week. May the force be with you.
Go enjoy Skeleton Crew.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.